with the sheer quantity of weird and wonderful places to eat in Japan, it's hard to choose just one. So we're going to help you with that and go through a couple of them. Hi, I'm Faye, and this is how I plan for Japan. So we are going to start off by having a look at a kimono tea ceremony. So these are done pretty well all over Japan. And it's one of those things where you are wanting to appreciate the history and the culture, but you don't want to cross the line into cultural appropriation or being a tool about it, because those two things happen far too often and far too easily. But the fun thing is, most of these places are willing to kick your ass to the curb if you are going to do that. So, what happens is we are going to go sit down with more than likely a lovely lady like this who has been trained in how to do traditional tea ceremonies and will show us how to do it properly. They will steep, they will brew, and they will serve. And the entire time, they'll explain to you why it's done this way, how it's done, and it seems like a delightful way to do things. I can't think of the Australian version of this, uh, mostly because our culture, like as a white Australian, I can't think of the Australian version of this because, well, the culture that we would have for this, I'm not privy to, and well, I'm okay with that. I would love to be able to be privy to it, but at the same time, I know my place. I do appreciate the fact that you do get a kimono to wear for it, and the fact that if I hope it's if willing, because I know a lot of women that wouldn't want to have their hair done on site and wouldn't want to have their hair done by people they do not know, which is completely fair. Because if you're not willing to if you don't want to have your hair done by a random person, even if they are a trained professional, you shouldn't have to. That is just a completely understandable thing. They do let you have a walk through Asakusa. Should know this because yeah, we'll get that. But it is also dope. I I do really appreciate this whole idea of sharing the history and the culture by experience rather than just being told about it. Because show don't tell is the best way to do it. Also, if you're doing it, might as well get the Japanese sweets making in there as well. Uh, they're Watatsuki, I believe. Could be pronouncing that terribly, but the reason I said we'll get to Asakusa is Asakusa's right here. So, Asakusa Asakusa is what used to be the red light district of Tokyo until the 40s where it was bombed. Can't really have a red light district when there's no district left. Also, disappointing that they're bombing there. Let's be real, that's more of a distraction than an actual assistant for the Japanese army, but that's neither here nor there. Asakusa is now building back up to being an entertainment district, but that is slow going because so much of Japan has become entertainment districts. When it was first formed, it wasn't even part of Japan. It was, sorry, not Japan, Tokyo. It was just outside of Tokyo and far enough away that they just kind of ignored that it was there legally. But it is also, as we can see on this map, just over the river from the Skytree. So it would be a good place to go. There are plenty of traditional shrines. It is a less upper class. It's a downtown region. That's the nice way to put it. It's a downtown. But it looks pretty freaking dope. I love underground streets and underground malls and that kind of thing. Though, don't go to them in Australia because those things are quite often filled with people that you don't want to be around. We used to have a flasher in one about. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get to the last thing we've got tonight, which is Golden Guy. Golden Guy in Shinjuku is an amazing piece of slapstick architecture, because Golden Guy is 6 alleyways that are all filled with about a dozen or so each of restaurants and pubs and that kind of thing. Some of them these days do have a no foreigners allowed policy because foreigners keep messing up. But it is. They don't have a picture of it from above here. And I have a picture from above here. Prepared. This is it. It is all clustered together. The part you can't really see too well, you can see one of them here, is that they have interconnecting even smaller alleys for you to be able to travel between them. But it is all very much, we want you to be able to come in, grab something to eat, maybe have a couple of drinks, and then keep going. It is a bar hop central. It is the more upper class or upper crust, slightly, version of Piss Alley, which we've discussed previously. But I would love to go there for the food. Not much of a drinker. But that's going to do it for tonight. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, don't forget to hit the follow or the subscribe button down below. I've been spending too much time on Twitch lately. Give us a thumbs up, hit that noti bell, and let us know down below. If you were to eat one kind of Japanese food, what would it be? Personally, it's takoyaki. But hey, I've been Faye, you've been awesome, and I'll see you all tomorrow.